Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we've got a really special one for you, a brand new penny stock to the channel. The company name is Silver Mountain Resources. They're involved in the silver exploration and mining space in Peru, and we're actually going to be joined by the founder and chairman of this company to answer some questions and give us a little bit more insight into their business. Now before we get into it, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of SMR, if you've heard of this company before, and if you have any questions for the leadership team that maybe we didn't address in today's video. Now with that being said, let's get into today's update. Okay guys, thanks so much for joining us today. With us, we have the chairman and founder of Silver Mountain Resources, Jose Vizquerra, trades under the ticker symbol AGMR. Jose, thanks so much for being with us today. Looking forward to asking a few questions and learning a little bit more about your business.
Thank you very much for having me with you.
Excellent. So for those of us who aren't super familiar with Silver Mountain Resources, can you tell us a little bit about your business, some of the assets that you have, and the area in which you operate?
Yeah, we're a company focused in silver, mostly in Peru, which is the second producer in the world of silver, in a very stable jurisdiction where mining has been there since the time of the Incas. And we have been able to buy an asset out of bankruptcy, which today has over 80 million ounces of silver in different categories in a historical resource. And an asset that already has a plant, so that means that we can process the ore. We need to make some adjustments there, but it's a very unique opportunity.
Excellent. Yeah, and we're going to touch on that focus on silver in a second here because I think it is super interesting, especially in light of some of the new use cases we're seeing with solar and things like that. But to take a little trip down history lane here, what are some of the major company milestones to date that you think investors should be aware of?
This is a very simple story, and it's a story that investors should pay attention for different reasons. First, we have a resource, and that's 80 million ounces. If we have in consideration that today silver prices are quite high, 80 million ounces is very important. Two, we have already a plant. So the plan is very simple. First, convert those resources to reserves. Two, put the plant into production. Three, have enough free cash flow, so enough money, so then we can do exploration and we don't need to ask the market to give us the money to do that. So this is a very straightforward plan of conversion of resources, put into production, continue doing exploration.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's great to hear that you have a plan so you don't have to further dilute shareholders down the road like I know some junior miners or exploration companies are doing, so that's phenomenal. Now, you personally, how did you get involved in the resource space? And talk to us a little bit about the team that you've assembled at Silver Mountain there.
Yeah, no, I was very privileged to be born in the mining industry. My grandfather, Alberto Benavides de la Quintana, was the founder of a company called Buenaventura, listed in the New York Stock Exchange. And we operate 10 mines in Peru.
Okay.
So since I was a kid, I was exposed to mining. I fall in love with geology. I did my master's in geology. And then I decided to come into Canada and do my own venture. And I believe that this, with SMR, this is the right platform to begin a company that hopefully can be bigger than the one my grandfather built in 1953. The group of professionals that has decided to join me in this new company in SMR are Alfredo Vaso, who used to be the CFO for Buenaventura Ingenieros. I have Jean-Pierre Fort, who is coming from Glencore, used to be Volcan in Peru.
Okay.
And we have Thorsten, which is our vice president exploration with experience all over the world. And also Liliana Vega, who is an expert in environmental. So we have built a very professional team to move this forward. We believe in ESG very much, in environmental, social, and governance.
Yep.
We apply it, we care about it, and we implement it. So this is a company that, although it's new, although we are worth today around $60 million, we do not take this as just a company which is small, but more as this is a platform to build a very big mining company in the next 10 years.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's super important. We talk a lot about the importance of leadership in the management group, especially with smaller companies on the channel. So it's great to see that you've got that roster and depth on the leadership team. Now, I wanted to circle back. Obviously, silver is very important to the company. It's in the name. Why have you focused specifically on silver assets? And talk to us a little bit about your outlook on the silver market overall over the next couple of years here.
Well, because of ESG and because we believe in this, silver is a green metal together with copper, but silver has been changing quite a bit. For many years, silver was taken more as a safe haven together with gold. Today, silver has more commercial use. We will see silver more on the supply and demand chain.
Yeah.
One of the things that we see towards the future is the changes that we have seen in terms of electrical vehicles. If we think about the amount of parts on which silver takes part on an electrical vehicle are at least more than 20, starting from the conductors, finishing in the motors, passing through the batteries, you name it, man. Like it's amazing the amount of silver that is being used in an electrical vehicle. If we just assume that electrical vehicles are going to ramp up in 10 times or 20 times, that means that silver will be growing in that same amount in terms of supply and demand. As of right now, there is around 1 billion ounces of silver that are being traded. If the electrical vehicles have a rally, then we will see that growing as well. At the same time, we have seen a change in terms of electrification in general in the different cities. So we see the photovoltaic panels that we see in the solar panels. And not less important, silver is an antibacterial, so it has been used now in the medical business as well. So where silver used to be only accompanying gold, now suddenly has its own niche, where I believe will grow and will grow dramatically, will grow like in a very big way. I think we're just seeing the tip of it. So this is a very good opportunity to focus in silver. And also, another very important thing is that there is not many companies that are silver focused.
Yeah.
And that brings us a very unique opportunity to be in this niche market.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I've done a lot of reading about silver. It seems like a huge growth area like you've alluded to there. Now, I need to ask, are there opportunities for other resource discoveries on these assets, or are you focused purely on silver?
No, absolutely. I mean, this is an asset, first of all, that we can keep adding resources in the area where we operate for silver. But this asset is a base metal asset where we have silver, but we also have copper. And on the northern side of our properties, which we actually hold more than 25,000 hectares, by the way, which is quite substantial, there is potential for gold as well.
Okay, great. And I'll leave a link in the video description below for anyone who wants to go in and see a little bit more detail about these assets and the property at Silver Mountain Resources. So with that being said, in your opinion, Jose, what separates SMR or Silver Mountain Resources from some of the other mining plays or investment opportunities in this space?
Well, first of all, the asset. This is an asset that already has 80 million ounces of silver. If we take into consideration the previous transactions has been transacted at $1 per ounce, this company should be worth on the fundamental value right away at $80 million.
Yeah.
That's period. Second thing, we have cash right now in the bank. We have over $28 million in the bank, which separate us from other companies that don't have the same amount of money to be deployed into exploration. Third, the potential to have new discoveries, which is extremely important. Fourth, the fact that we already have a plant, so the infrastructure is already in place, and the permitting process is much more advanced than any of our competitors. And fifth, which I should maybe not allude because I mean it's us, but it's a team. It's a team that knows the country. It's a team that knows the area. It's a team that knows mining, and that we know how to do it.
Perfect. Yeah, no, and like I say, I think the team is crucial with these type of companies. Now, you mentioned rejuvenating the plant, bringing that back online. What's kind of your timeline there, or what are some future milestones that investors should keep an eye out for?
So the first milestone will be a new resource, which we expect to have early next year, and the idea is to have this in production by the end of 2023.
Okay.
So we are really ramping up on this. I think the initial milestone that our investors should be looking at is our initial drilling. So we will begin drilling for geotechnical reasons, but of course, as we do that, we're going to end up having results, which will be very interesting.
For sure. Yeah, looking forward to it. I was going to ask about the balance sheet. You already talked about the strong cash position. Where can investors go to get more information about this company? And do you have any closing thoughts that you'd like to leave us with here today?
Yeah, you can see our website, Silver Mountain Resources. Our ticker is AGMR, as you well said it. We are in the Toronto Stock Exchange venture. Again, this is a company of people that has been doing mining for many years, that knows a country such as Peru, a country that is the second largest silver producer in the world, with a commodity that can only go up because of the supply and demand, and an asset that is super strong. So I think this is a phenomenal opportunity for investors to look into the story, to learn more about the story, and finally, if they're interested, to buy the story.
Agreed. Yeah, very exciting indeed. Thank you so much for your time today, Jose. I'll make sure in the comment section, if we get any questions for you, we make sure we get that over to the team and get some answers for the viewers. Thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate your time, and best of luck to you and the team with the asset and future growth plans there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.